Rabbit class, it's me, Miss Higby. Today I have decided to come somewhere a little bit more familiar to you to do today's video. I hope you're all okay. I hope you're keeping safe and well. And we are going to read today chapter 7 of The Royal Rabbits of London, The Hunt for the Golden Carrot. And look who I found. Flopsy is going to listen to some of our story as well, because Flopsy was feeling a little bit sad and lonely, so I've come into school today to give Flopsy a big cuddle, and he is going to come home with me today, so you will have to look out for Flopsy in my next videos. So I think we should crack straight on with our story. What do you think? Okay, chapter 7. Are you ready? The following afternoon, with a very niggly wiggle in the pit of his belly, Shiloh set off with Maximilian and Elvira to be properly introduced to Harlequin. Birds tweeted in the trees as they settled down to roost, and small flies danced and twirled in the rays of golden light that fell through the canopy of leaves above. Shiloh felt a little nervous. He'd faced greater challenges than this, like the evil ratsies. Harlequin wasn't a ratsy, but there was something very sinister about him that Shiloh didn't like. It wasn't before long before he once again heard the sound of singing and smelled the ripe and gamey scent of unwashed rabbits. A large gathering came into view through the trees. They were sitting together on the grass in the clearing, their ears rising sharply out of the shadows, swaying to the music and singing. Harlequin was sitting on a tree stump, facing his magic rabbits, playing the banjo. Shiloh, Maximilian and Elvira lingered at the back of the crowd until the singing stopped and Harlequin handed his banjo to the weasel. "Follow me," said Maximilian importantly, and bounded up to Harlequin enthusiastically. "Hey, Maxie, you've brought a new recruit. You're a good magic rabbit. I always reward good magic rabbits, don't I?" Maximilian smiled proudly and puffed out his chest. Harlequin looked at Shiloh with a disinterested air. Then his amber gaze settled on the red paw, and his eyes suddenly narrowed with interest. "Hey, little rabbit, you were here yesterday, weren't you?" He grinned, revealing a missing tooth. "Yeah, I recognize a special rabbit when I see one. I bet this time you'll want to stay." He patted the ground beside him. "Come sit by me, become a magic rabbit. Believe in the magic. Give yourself to me and you'll be free." "He gets to sit beside you already?" Maximilian protested jealously. He couldn't understand why Shiloh was being so favoured when he'd done nothing to deserve it. Elvira caught her breath and glanced anxiously at Harlequin, waiting for his response. "We don't raise our voices here, do we, Maxie?" said Harlequin calmly. "Not if you want to be a good magic rabbit." Maximilian shrank back with a scowl. Shiloh thought it odd that Maximilian, who had always been so fearless, was now scared of this small ginger rabbit. He realised then that beneath his boasting, Maximilian was just as unsure as the rest of them. "I said, come sit by me," Harlequin repeated firmly to Shiloh, patting the ground beside him a little harder this time. Shiloh did as he was instructed. There was something about Harlequin that told him he did not like being disobeyed. "And Maxie and Avie, make sure your brother doesn't run off at the end of the ceremony. I want to talk to him some more. If he becomes a magic rabbit, I'll give him a special name too." Harlequin stood up and hit a large metal gong with a hammer, and the rabbits fell silent. Then Peasy the Weasel clashed a pair of cymbals, and Harlequin addressed the crowd. "My precious little magic rabbits," he murmured in a soft voice as smooth and sweet as toffee. Everyone had to be extremely quiet to hear him. Even the roosting birds seemed to fall silent and listen. You have come to me from far and wide, from the hills of the north and the beaches of the south, to the plains of the west and the fields of the east. You have traveled far to join my growing community of followers. Why? Because you want a different life. You want freedom from rules, freedom from humans who want to trap you, shoot you, eat you, or capture you. I welcome you all. Some of you have left your families to follow me. But you don't need your families because we are your family now. Look around you at the love on your neighbor's face. Shiloh glanced at Maximilian and saw nothing remotely loving in his expression. His big brother scowled at him as if he wished Shiloh would just disappear. I am your father, Harlequin continued, and I will show you, my magic rabbits, a better way to live. He opened his arms wide, as if he wanted to embrace them all. There was a ripple of enthusiasm in the crowd. Shiloh looked at Maximilian and Elvira, their faces now alight with admiration. Feel the magic ragic. A murmur of excitement rippled through the crowd. Feel the magic ragic, they chanted. Shiloh wasn't quite sure what the magic ragic was. He felt nothing but uneasiness. We magic rabbits have been searching for something for 1,000 years. What is it? Harlequin continued. The golden carrot, they cried. Yes, my magic rabbits, the golden carrot. There was a cheer from the crowd. Harlequin held up a yellowed piece of old parchment with both paws. I have been studying an ancient map that has been lost for almost 2,000 years. I came across it in America when I was sneaking about in a museum late at night, searching tirelessly for anything that could help me find the golden carrot. It's taken me hours of studying to work out exactly where the carrot is buried. But I am in no doubt that this large black cross you see here, which marks the burial site, is beneath the very land we're sitting on. That is why I've led you to this place, my magic rabbits. The golden carrot is here. The time is now. Shiloh felt the niggle grow more niggly in his stomach. It was strong and insistent, like a very anxious and agitated worm. You will find it for me, my magic rabbits. You will dig it up and present it to me. I will use its magical powers to spread love throughout the world, to make it a better place. First, we take over the farm. Then, we take over the country. Finally, we take over the world. We will rebuild the great rabbit empire of the past with the magic of the golden carrot, and I will be your king. Repeat after me, my magic rabbits. Farm, country, world. The rabbits repeated his words. Farm, country, world. Stand and say it again, he commanded. The magic rabbit stood. Shiloh found himself standing too, but he didn't repeat the words. Louder, I can't hear you, said Harlequin. Farm, country, world, they cried in a fever of enthusiasm. The crowd of rabbits began to mob Harlequin, and he held up his paws as if he wanted to bless them all. Shiloh had to scamper out of the way to avoid being crushed. He found Elvira and Maximilian standing a little apart from the frenzy of rabbits. They were talking animatedly to each other. And there is a picture of Harlequin showing the map to the rabbits. This is what we're all waiting for, Elvira said as Shiloh joined them. The golden carrot, magic, power. Harlequin will rule the great rabbit's empire. Her eyes gleamed as she turned back to Harlequin. Isn't he magnificent? Harlequin hit the gong again, and as the rabbits sat down obediently, Peasy clashed the cymbals. I command you all to dig in every field, ditch and dell. Find the golden carrot and bring it to me. The magic rabbit who does will be richly rewarded. Shiloh felt sick. How could Maximilian and Elvira think that taking over the farm was a good thing? Didn't they care about their home? Weren't they worried about what would happen to their family? Did they really believe that this group of unwashed creatures who called themselves magic rabbits could replace their mother, Erica, Willow, Wilton and Louis? He didn't include himself because he knew they'd only be too happy to replace him. He didn't expect them to worry about Harlequin taking over the world, like he did, because they weren't royal rabbits with a duty to fight evil. But he expected them to have more loyalty to their family and the Warren. Maximilian grabbed Shiloh's arms. Harlequin specifically asked us to bring you to him, and we must do as he said. But don't you think you'll be chosen to be a golden rabbit? You'll have to prove your worth before you get that kind of privilege. As much as Shiloh just wanted to go home and be as far away from this strange group of rabbits as possible, he was also curious to hear what else Harlequin had to say. He'd never seen anyone like him before, so he allowed himself to be pulled along by Maximilian and Elvira into the crowd. And that is the end of chapter 7. So, that Harlequin sounds a little bit dodgy to me. What do you think, Flopsy? Doesn't sound like a good plan. It sounds a bit risky. I wonder what Shiloh's going to do to stop Harlequin. Or will Shiloh be sucked into Harlequin's plan and go along with it? Who knows? Come back tomorrow for chapter 8 and I will have Flopsy here with me, ready to read you the next part of the story. I hope that you're all enjoying my videos and I hope you're all keeping safe and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye.